following my work. Then I created some avatars for this collection so we could use them in game. As you can see, sorry about that. I can even show you. Those were the first ones that I built. This here. They were not too many. It was not like a big collection like I'm doing now. And yeah, as you can see, I've been building all sorts of these avatars. Also, I did a lot of things for the Beat Beast community. And yeah, it's fun, and I wanted to create my own. So I started to build the Giglons. The Giglons have been a lot of work because I've been trying to create original IP and lore and story to go with it. And I also want to integrate the game in several platforms and create different experiences. So there is a few challenges because when it comes to creating an NFT collection, if you think about it, it's not that complicated to create a collection because you can easily draw some characters and traits, especially now with AI, and just randomly put them together, and you end up with several. But if you want to have some kind of like rules where, for example, this suit here, it's a shaman suit. Here, the second on the right. So after the wizard, there is this guy with the shaman suit, and this mask, for example, only goes with that outfit, right? So that's a rule. And if you start to add a lot of rules, you have to add them, right? You have to build that in your own contract. You have to customize it to do it like that, which it's gonna maybe get you to a point. At least it happened to me that we generated a collection, and then I would find some stuff that wouldn't work out at all, like some outfits don't work so well with some colors of the skins. There is a lot of traits that you need to consider that cannot go with anyone else, right? The 101s and the rare ones and stuff like that. So we started to add more and more rules as we go. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, actually, from my own experience, is that I'm a pixel artist and voxel artist, so 3D artist too. But I don't love coding at all. I don't love to see huge amount of text. It just messes up my brain. I'm very visual, and for me, it's a challenge to create an actual contract and everything. So I end up having to ask someone to help me on that. I gladly Marcus, that some of you probably know from Feather Frogs, introduced me to a very friendly programmer that's a very friendly developer called Ghost. And he's been helping me with all the contract and the website and everything. And that's huge for me because, yeah, it is complicated. There is some platforms that you can easily do it without code, so you can specify the rules. But it ends up being very expensive, especially if you keep, doing and redoing, which is something that I do a lot. I do and redo things because I go and test it in different games and different platforms, and often these different platforms have different specifications, and then the rigging is different, the way that the armature reacts, it's going to be different. So you have to kind of consider that and go back and forward a lot. So when I was working on the art for the Giglons, I first did them with a different perspective. Then I started to do these backgrounds and started to become more and more complex, and I had to redo many things, and that's probably going to happen when you trying to generate a collection tool, because you are going to find mistakes, and if you are a perfectionist, you are going to, if you really care about this collection, you are going to want to make sure that everything looks as best as possible and that there is no weird mixtures of traits, like because I see that in many collections, that they do have many avatars that are not visually interesting, that the traits don't combine so well. It comes and yeah, but also many are not like that. Many are cared, and you can find every single NFT to look cool. Um, yes, yeah, I did that. I created all the Vox boards, the 3D. No, actually, there is a tool that were created by in collaboration with other artists, so it was not just me, but most of them, almost all of them was me indeed. Uh, and yeah, then I created these skate parks and other assets that I shared with the community. Um, and yes, it's still something that I like to develop and publish something once in a while, do an event. But right now, Voxboards was very limited because of the subject, and I want with Giglons to create something much more useful. So they are also gonna skateboard, and they're also gonna have a connection with the Voxboards universe, um, and um, and it's gonna make it more fun. It's gonna gather everything together, all their universe, because there is a certain coherence that I'm trying to keep in my creations, that I imagine it as a kind of a parallel universes that gets together in one bigger universe. Since Voxwords, you can see that like the main character here that I called Jeff at the time, he has a pattern already kind of similar to the stuff that I'm doing after, right? With these patterns that I like to do. And you can see this, I like to also customize avatars and do voxel versions of those avatars. So for me, this is all belonging to one big universe, kind of like Tarantino does with his movies, which is a big inspiration for me, actually. Um, so yeah, as you can see, like in Beat Beasts, I also made some Fox boards. So Fox boards are gonna always appear in my creations, uh, as well as many other like retro and arcade game references. Also, music, it's super important for me. So I always love to host events and work with DJs and musicians. Um, and yeah, so Giglons, it's another part of my universe uh, that I've been working on. It's very tied to the stuff that you've been seeing in Nifty Island. So those awareness assets that some of you know, the cubes. Um, this came from all the same universe, and the Giglons are the creatures that live in the planet where all this comes from, or all this. The story of the Giglons, it's very tied to the reason why uh, this this art exists, and yes. So basically, I just wanted to share that I'm building an NFT collection that has its own IP. But it's very tied to all my creations, obviously, and And yeah, so moving on, one of the things that it's essential when you want to create an NFT collection, obviously, it's to create the traits and all the special editions, rare ones, etc. The Ghost, the developer, actually created here a viewfinder that is very practical for us to now sort out what still needs to be done. It's pretty close to be ended. And here you can see it all. We already fixed a bunch of things. And for example, here's one of the 101s. And yeah, I would say that if you want to create a collection for gamers, you shouldn't go too wild on the trades, and because every time that you integrate a collection on a different platform, you're gonna face with different specifications and fees and stuff. Because gladly in Nifty Island, it's pretty easy to share your stuff. It's easy to communicate with the team, but many times your community might be interested in playing games that are not so easy, or that the fees are huge, or that it just doesn't work the same way, or it takes ages, whatever. There's several different ways to deal with this, because sadly, it's not as interoperable as many of us creators wanted it to be. It's not just like putting the stuff in the metadata, pointing out to the 3D models or to whatever, and then everything works smoothly. No, many times you have to go through creation processes and etc. So it's not as ideal as it is, but the solution that most projects that are focused on gamers do, it's to just try to adapt and build different experiences according to the different games. But yeah, try to don't go too crazy on the amount of avatars and the amount of different characters and different traits, because that can become a bit complicated to do so when you have to suddenly you have to use MMLs, or you have to do it in the Vox edit, or you have to change the format of it. And a lot can be done with scripting and with conversion, but a lot can't, and or doesn't work well. So consider that the more traits you have, the more complex it's going to be. But also don't do it too little, so it's like they all look the same, basically, or you start to feel like it's difficult to get some originality on it. The website, it's also something very important to do, and just like I was saying, I'm not into coding, into programming, building websites. It's not my thing at all. I like to make drawings and characters and it's pixel art. Obviously, that's the visual part. It's what I like to do. So I was struggling with that. Also, it's a bit expensive to create a website if you want to create a cool one. But my developer, told me about a website called VO App. And this can be very practical for many of you for different reasons. Even if you are not building an NFT collection, if you just want to make a website, this is a great website where you can just literally, it's with AI, so you can literally just write what you want and it builds. You have a lot of templates. Oh, no, I cannot sign in actually because I'm in a different computer than what I usually do this on my laptop, but whatever. But you have a lot of templates, and for for you, like when you think like, oh, it's easy to if you just write what you want, but like, what the hell do you want? You are not gonna write just like, I want a cool website, right? You are gonna have to specify like how you want these things to pop up, what kind of information you want to be told. So I would say that you can go through templates to get inspiration and just write from scratch, or pick up a template and just change it, because you can totally do that. You open this one, or you could open this one and just say, change this title for a different title, or you could even like throw an image to the chat and say, change this title for this image, change these images for these images that you provide. Erase this thing, like you can talk with it, and you can be pretty, like, you can say like, erase the text that becomes purple once you scroll down, and it figures out what it is. It's AI, so it's pretty. It gets what you mean. Obviously, it's gonna sometimes be very annoying when you say like, I had some times when I was saying like, just move the picture like 2 centimeters to the left, just a little bit to the left, and you would move it to the right, or you would just move it but make it smaller. With AI, we always have this process of having some stupid discussions with it, and it's gonna eat your credits meanwhile. So can do, it's open a little tab that I wish I could show you now, but if you use this, you'll see it very easily. You can open a little tab, and you can go through the code and just find out where it's the dimensions, and you can just change that manually, and it doesn't eat up your credits. You have some credits for free every month, and this is enough to build a website if you don't push it too much, especially if you start off with one template, I would say. And then you have the plans where you can pay and have more credits. But I would say that yeah, you can easily do a website. I did mine with credits. It's not super complex right now. I want to change this for a gallery that swipes, and I will later also integrate here the viewfinder and the dashboard to download the 3D models. So there is still going to be work done here, but I truly believe that you don't need the premium to create this, unless you want to create many websites, and then yes, if you want to create 2 websites, you probably already are not going to be enough with free. So do whatever you want with this information now. What else can I say about this? So part of what I want to do, it's like I'm not a very fan of the meme culture. I feel like we do have more and more immediate list mindset, and it's not really ideal, because I like things that last. I don't know, call me OG, but call me old-fashioned, actually. But I like things that last. And when I've been building this collection, like I was saying before, I'm trying to tie it up to everything I do. And it's sort of evolution and creation of like a whole universe, like I was saying, that I want to create. So the Giglons are creatures from that universe, sort of like when you have I don't know, like a Lord of the Rings, and you have orcs, right? Like there is a lot of creatures. This time I'm gonna create a collection about these specific creatures called the Giglons that are monsters from outer space. They are super goofy but super powerful. And yeah, so I want to create gamified experiences in different platforms. Gladly, Nifty Island, it's one that we can build very easily and integrate very easily. So that's where you are going to be seeing the most Giglons probably. And I think that you need to see what people are playing, but also what you can provide for them, right? So where can you build the best experiences? Where are people playing? What can you actually create there? Because sometimes you can't create too much, and it's a bit frustrating. But yeah, that's definitely something to consider. If you want to keep building, and if you want to keep doing stuff with and playing games with the community, because that's my ultimate goal. Just like many creators in the space, it's just to engage with other gamers, with other artists and developers, and just keep building. But yeah, so my advice is to just try to use the NFT technology as much as you can, even though it's limited to many aspects of different platforms and the barriers that we have. It's still totally possible to have a lot of fun. So about the contract, there is many ways to create your contract. There is I don't know, you can even make a collection on OpenSea and otherwise. I think the conclusion that we got was that it's best to just create your own contract and have full control of it. Then you make your GitHub, you make your Wereweave or your FPS, whatever, and you just have control of your avatars, your art, and you can update it and create more utility easily with this. The choice of chain, we concluded that the best is to go with Ethereum because, and I'm not advising anyone to do on Ethereum, obviously. The thing is that if you want to create experiences and integrations across different games, many of the more hyped chains or new chains are very limited. So then it's always a struggle. And okay, you can still adapt and create new collections for that, but then who knows how long that lasts, right? So we thought that to make the Genesis collection on Ethereum, it's a good idea because, yeah, then we are safe that we probably can integrate everywhere. Because Ethereum is still the one that provides more integration, more possibility of integrations. I'm also trying to avoid, even though like right now the obviously the community it's fully Web3. It's only directed or mostly directed for gamers and collectors, but mostly for gamers. So it's very directed for people that understand the term NFT. But I think that from the experience that we've been having, the term NFT just it's more and more a bit of a niche, because before it was there was a big hype, but then a lot of people lost a lot of money, and even NFT people are a bit disencouraged with with the term sometimes. So I'm not thinking of Giglons to just be Web3, and I'm obviously now engaging the most with the people that from the community and stuff. But I think it's good to avoid the term NFT when you are talking about your collection, even though it's a collection of NFTs, because you can just say that it's digital collectibles or something like that, and that it's for games. Because if you start to say NFTs and metaverse, you are already straight away limiting the possible audience. And these platforms are trying to get more and more open for the average Joe, let's say, for Web2 people. And I think so should we, the creators, right? So beyond NFT, yeah. So uh, I think it's cool to avoid those terms, even though obviously it's an NFT and you are not supposed to lie about that. I'm not gonna advise that. It's obviously blockchain technology and all of that, and the technology, it's great and provides a lot of good things like yes, the fact that you can use skins and stuff in different games, the fact that you can own it and sell it and buy other skins for other games or other NFTs or whatever. It's for me very attractive, and I think that if people would understand and if they would have games that they actually enjoy to play and then have the same skin in those games, I think it would be the ideal. And yeah, I think we need to attract more and more normal gamers, let's say, not crypto farmers, more normal gamers. And the term NFT, I think, pushes away people straight away, get a bit cautious about that. So again, not saying that you should say, no, this is not NFT, but you should probably not just push it and put it on everybody's face. Unless obviously you are trying to just to create a collection that it's literally for NFT people. I'm not. I'm building now in NFT. I will always build on blockchain because I just prefer this technology and this logic. But I also am very open to integrating other games, Web2, and to create our own mini games, and who knows, eventually actually a game. I have dreams of building a retro kind of like Game Boy Color type of game. That's the art style that I went with was like very based on the Super Mario Land 2 and this type of games. And so I can totally imagine building a game for that. And yeah, I'm also slowly building a comic book with the story of the Giglons. I already have one page, and I'll continue to build that, and I'll start to show that pretty soon too. And yeah, it's my experience. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you that do this and be successful. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I've been building a collection for gamers for the different games that I've been playing in in Web3. Also considering the games that many people like to play on Web2 that allow UGC, and yeah, and I'm just sharing with you a bit of my own experience. And oh, Hassaman, it's asking when Giglon mint. The mint, it's gonna be like around February or end of January. Just we are ending right now the collection. There was a lot of things to adjust, so it's gonna be announced pretty soon. I also have been building the 3D avatars along the way, and those are almost done. So everything it's going well. And what's a good collection size these days? Well, I think that it's probably gonna be like around 1,000 to 2,000 because if you think about it, like it's still pretty niche the amount of gamers. We already have a lot of skins and everything, but we still like to collect new ones. But still, it's pretty niche, and I think. Yeah, I would say that I've been discussing that with other people that also released collections recently, and I would say like mine it's gonna have 1,500, and I would say that's around like 2,000, between 1,000 and 3,000. I would say something like this, depending on the price that you want to, how you want to price them, how limited you want to make them. Obviously, I wanted to make them. As limited as possible, but not too limited too. So I went with 1,500. That one it's saying 4,444. Yes, I guess it can work. It's really I'm not sure. I'm not like the NFT collection master at all. This is my first collection, and it's on a tight budget, and it's me building my own art with my own dreams and wanting to share my message. Um, so it's definitely different approach and objective than many NFT collections that we see. That we all know that it's just a quick grab or stuff to flip or shit with no utility. Um, so yeah, like I'm not sure what to advise. I wouldn't advise anything. I'm really just trying to give you my take on what I've been going through. So far, the hardest part for building giglons, it's been actually generating the collection and figuring out how the traits work well with each other, and yeah, adding rules and trying to simplify the rules. Um, Sometimes it's actually easier to do some parts manually than just add lots and lots of rules. And so I would say that, for example, it's easier for you to generate the collection with well, the most basic rules that you need and the stuff that you need to make sure. But like when it comes to maybe some rare ones or one-on-ones, you probably can do that manually, and it's gonna ease up your script and possible bugs that they kind of comes with it, because like your rules can kind of go against each other, and then you end up having a new problem. Um, let's say that I have like 6 giglons with different colors. I want each giglon to have a pirate suit, right? Or let me see. Yeah, okay, let's say a samurai suit. But then let's say that I said in the rule that the yellow can never go with this hat. But then there is another rule that says that this suit always has to go with this hat. So there is a conflict of interest here. the They cannot do both rules, so he's gonna do one or another. I don't know if I was clear about what I just explained. Maybe it's a bit complicated, but basically, if your outfit has to go with the suit, with the hat, with this hat, and if your hat, if your yellow giglon cannot wear this hat, then something is gonna happen, or there is no samurai yellow giglon, or there is no hat. I don't know. Now it's a bit like I'm not going very deep in it, but basically, your rules can create conflict, and they can make it that you wouldn't get one of each color because one of your rules made that impossible. Um, so yeah, how many traits do I have right now? I don't even know. You know, I would love to tell you, but I don't even know because it was around 100, but this point I already don't know because we've been building and adding and I made some more rare editions meanwhile and 101s and now it's all done unless I have some urgent inspiration that's like, oh my god, I have to get you know a different Giglon there or different 101. But since we are just aiming to release it, I'm I stopped that. I stopped that. I done it all, and the King Gig one is right here. The King Giglon, it's the one that tells the 6 Giglons: red, yellow, pink, green, blue, and purple. To go to Earth, and they are arriving. The king sent them on a mission. Where can I show you this? The king sent them on the mission, and they are coming. I would love to show you one of the comic book pages that here's the king out again, where he's telling. I have a comic book strip where he's telling the 6 Giglons to go to Earth. But just stay tuned. Follow the Geeklons on Discord. Join the on Discord, on Twitter, X, on X, and join Discord, and you'll see all the information about the project and sneak peeks and all that. Yeah, here they are coming, guys. Get ready for chaotic, a chaotic intervention. Yes, so please, guys, tell me if you want to know anything, because from my side, that's pretty much it, I think. But if you want to ask anything, maybe go ahead, and I will try to answer the best I can. If not, that was a great time. So thanks for having me.